Welcome back to Sudsterr Technology. Um, Today we have Damien's custom loop. Um, he wanted it to he wanted it to be completely remodeled to match his car, and everything in this custom loop is non-standard. So everything he wants it to look like his car inner parts of his engine. So everything that we've used here is completely water cooled. This is one of the most complex species that we've done so far. So this is how it looks. So if you can see, let me just switch it on. So if you can see, everything is looking like engine oil, and all the pipes, none of the fittings align from the front to the back. So there's one front distro plate, one rear distro plate, double active plates for the GPU, multiple different kinds of bends, 180 bends, 45-degree bends, parallel bends, offset bends. So he was quite insistent on how he wanted it to look, and this is what we came up with, just using a bunch of concentrates and a bunch of mandrels, leak tester kit, and all the other bends are all manual hand bends. Otherwise, we would have never been able to achieve this. So this build contains one rad in the bottom, one 360 rad in the top, and one 360 rad on the side. All of them have been custom painted to be white, and the fans are Lian SL120 Uni fans, and the distro plate is a dynamic XL duo distro plate for the front, and for the rear it is an inverted Phanteks 120 distro plate, which you can place in any slot that can fit a 120 fan. For the liquid, he wanted to go for what matched his car, so he wanted an amber orange transparent liquid, which we used in all of the PC. And since it's a dual loop, there's one custom loop on the top and one custom loop on the bottom. So the top custom loop is only for the CPU and the bottom custom loop is only for the GPU. So you'll see two pumps there. So here and here, both of them are from Aqua Compute D5 Next. It's a D5 pump, and they have loads of features. They can tell you pump statistics. They can tell you fan stats. It can tell you when the temperature goes above a certain point. It will set off alarms for you. So everything that you ever want from a pump is all in here. And I said I'll put a detailed video of the build in my subsequent videos. But at every point of the loop, like seen in our previous videos, we used the leak tester kit to see if anything was leaking. And after we found out that each part is okay to go, then we started filling in liquid everywhere. So there's a lot of liquid going on here. Because of 3 rads and multiple active plates and multiple distro plates. So these air bubbles will go away in time, but there was much more when we started off. But it's all gone. So the parts for this computer are the Gigabyte X299 Waterforce Extreme motherboard, 64 GB RAM, 8 sticks of 8 GB each, and it's 4000 megahertz. And the ASUS RTX 3090 graphic card replaced with the EK water blocks on the bottom and on the top. So you'll see one on bottom and top. And so the pipes go like this. So the top pump it goes from there to the top rad, and the end of the top rad goes from there and a 90-degree bend, a 180-degree bend, and there's a small offset joint there on the top so that it matches with the rear distro plate, and then it goes into the rear distro plate. And then this is the CPU inlet, and then this is the CPU outlet. The CPU outlet is like it comes straight off the CPU outlet and then slightly upwards, and then there's a 180 bend completely the opposite side and goes into the rear distro plate. And then from there the outlet goes to the front distro plates reservoir connector, which is here, this one. And this bottom connector is a drain loop, is a drain pipe. Yeah, this bottom connector is a drain pipe for the top. So whenever we see any problems, or at the end of the year, or whenever Damien wants to flush out his liquid, he can use whichever drain pipe, drain valve that is used in the system. So there's one for the top loop and one for the bottom loop. You can use that, tilt the machine a few times, and it should come off. And then for the bottom loop, how it goes is, the concept is the same, but the loop is completely different. So this is the pump outlet, and it goes straight to the side rad, and that's a kind of a 90-degree bend, but tilted slightly upwards, and then there's like a zigzag bend there, and then another 90-degree to the side rad, and then side rad outlet goes straight, another 90, another 90, and then another 90 to the opposite side, because Damien wanted to put some stuff here on the GPU, like small Matchbox cards and idols like Star Wars idols, and so we had to bend the pipe right outside the graphic card, and then there's another parallel bend here such that it's like a double 45 offset. So that's why you'll see that it goes like that up here and then bends back and goes straight into the graphic card. This is a 90 EK fitting. These are compression fittings, and this is a 90 joint. And then that goes into the inlet of the GPU. The outlet of the GPU goes to the bottom rad. The bottom rad goes from there. The other side of the bottom rad goes from there, goes 90, goes straight, another offset, and goes straight into the outlet. The reservoir of the bottom distro plate, which is somewhere here. Can't see what I'm pointing at. So yeah, one of the most complex builds that we've done. Lots of cabling inside. Obviously, none of it is showing here, but this motherboard is Gigabyte's X299 flagship. Was like that a couple of years back, and Damien was collecting parts for these for quite some time. And yeah, and all the colors are controllable through motherboard software, through Lian L Connect 2. Initially, L Connect 2 did not work off the bat, so we had to do a firmware update, and then it started working. And then we were able to control colors for the fans. I put it back to default, and now it's showing a rainbow. What else do I have? So yeah, I'll explain the rest of the stuff in the detailed videos. See you there.